Hey guys, welcome back to Tournament Soaring. This is round 3 for our Modern Masters draft. I am still in. I beat CJ in my last game.
I beat Oscar, so now we're at the finals.
Yep, you got it. All right, so save time. We already resolved mulligans and just figured out who's going first. I'm going first, so we'll go ahead and start.
Hi guys, I'm Robert,
I'm Collin.
and we're gonna be commentating over this game again. So Dave's gonna start with the swamp, and we've seen both these guys' decks in the last 2 rounds. David is on a Esper Tokens list, which seems pretty solid with his splicers, and it looks like Joe is on a Naya Aggro list.
Yeah.
Flats.
He seems to be playing Naya creatures and tokens.
Yeah, it's Naya Tokens, but I mean, the green is kind of just splashing there for Ghoul Clan Rampager as well as Burning Tree Emissaries, which are solid cards.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
sometimes. Very good card. And there's signature card we've seen this entire time, that Dragon Fodder.
Yeah.
He's got at least 3 copies in his deck.
It's either 3 or 4 in the deck.
Yeah, he's something we consistently have seen every game. It's a really good card. Two mana for 2 dudes. Really good. I don't know how David is going to handle that, just because of the fact that
Sure. I will go to 18.
he's going to be swinging every turn. David's got to kind of beat him at the tempo matchup here.
Yeah, and David's deck seems to be a little bit slower. He's going for the bigger tokens, while Joe's going for the smaller ones.
Exactly.
Make 2 more goblins.
And there's another Dragon Fodder. That is pretty insane. So we've got 4 tokens on turn 3 for Joe.
And a Scorched Skull.
And a Scourged Golem, which is a tap,
Creature, deal 1 damage.
Tap a red, sack a dude,
tap
deal a
red,
damage.
sack it, and deal 1 damage to a creature or player. So that's, I feel like that's gonna be more useful than it seems.
Yeah,
17.
well, David just had to crack his fetch right now, so he can go catch up a little bit.
Yeah, he went for that swamp. So he's got swamp, plains. Let's figure out what David's got in his deck that can help that, or he can bring in, kind of slow down this aggro matchup. I mean, Joe's just got that board presence right now. David's gonna play a Vampire Nighthawk, which it's really good. That's gonna slow down the board state. It's a 2/3 flyer with lifelink.
Yeah. And it's either A, gonna block and give David some life, or B, Joe's just gonna have to
Points return.
fling some goblins at it.
Yes, I feel like right now Dave's option is just to sit back and just start blocking the
I will block
the 1/1 goblins or
Or that.
the spirit. I guess he's going to. Joe's going to activate it or play something.
Blood Rush.
Okay.
That works too.
He's going to Blood Rush. I can't ever remember the card's name. We should know it by now.
I gain 2 and then take 4, so I will go to 15.
A 3/1 Blood Rush creature. Whenever you Blood Rush a creature, you can pay red and 2 generic and get it back from the graveyard to your hand. And then Joe's going to follow that up with a Sunhome Guildmage.
Oh, that's what it looks like.
So Sunhome Guildmage is pretty good here.
Seems pretty good.
David did get his life gain, though, so
Yes.
that'll help him for a little bit.
It is going to help him. Let's see. David seems to be he does not have blue mana currently, which I feel like his deck needs some blue mana. He's going to play Lingering Souls. He's going to get 2 Spirit Tokens.
I will Bone Splinters one of them and kill that.
He's going to sack one of them off of Bone Splinters to kill the Guild Mage. That's good. I mean, it's
That's what
not,
he had to do.
it's not as optimal as you want, considering now you're down a dude, and Joe still's got the 4 Goblin Tokens.
Yeah, but it's a lot easier to deal with the goblins than the guild mage.
And there's a Sky Knight Legionnaire. Just we saw that card last game come in clutch for Joe for Joe there. He swung in for lots of damage with it. Looks like Joe's just gonna go into combat and swing at the whole team. He's gonna trade.
So
He's
I will
gonna
go
offer the
to
trade up, and David's gonna take it.
Pass the turn.
Still no blue mana for David. That's going to slow him down quite a bit. See what he can do with this.
play a Sim Collector.
All right, David's gonna play a Sin Collector.
You took 2 from the 2 goblins, and you took 1.
Seems like there is.
There's a life dispute right now to
Life
figure
one.
out where life's at.
Exactly.
Maybe, yeah, I guess I am at 10. Yeah, a Sim Collector.
No, what does it do?
End of battlefield, reveal your hand. If it's an instant or sorcery, you reveal it, or you reveal your hand. I can make you exile an instant or sorcery from your hand.
Alright, response. Magma Jet you.
Magma Jet me.
Okay, so there's a Magma Jet in response to the Sin Collector. Pretty good. I mean, it's one less target and it's more damage.
Yeah.
Sure,
Damage to the face. So David is trying to figure out what he wants to do in response to that Magma Jet.
Yeah, so he Magma Jetted the creature. So David has no blockers on
I
board.
did not take the damage. He Magma Jetted the creature.
We'll leave those where they are.
Okay,
Last
so yep. I feel like that was Joe's best move there. Another Sky Knight Legionnaire. Wow.
7.
Joe is just
Yes, sir.
swinging in
I'm at 3.
every turn, knocking David to 3.
It's David's last chance to get something.
David needs a top deck something here.
Go next game.
Nope. Was nothing. So I guess we're going to go into game 2. That was a really fast game 1. That's kind of what Joe's deck wants to do, though. He wants to get on board early, and he wants to just start swinging in, and that's what he got to do. Unfortunately, David could not find his blue mana, and he was just outpaced, out-tempoed.
Yeah, Joe was moving a lot quicker. I feel like David might have had a thing or two
I
to
mean, I was
play.
gonna.
We couldn't really
I
see
had
what was
nothing
in his
else to
hand
play,
very
so
well if he had that blue mana, but I'm pretty sure I saw a blue mana symbol in there. So
Yeah, he had the 2/3 flyer front that he had in the first round that we
It's not
yeah,
saw.
that's what it was.
He had that in his hand that he was not able to play out. I feel like if he was able to play that, he'd be able to stop a lot of the 1/1 goblin tokens and make them a little less relevant to the board state.
Yeah, and he could also stop the Legionnaires, which are
Legionnaires, yeah, 2/2s for 3. So it blocks well for it blocks really well. Unfortunately, that's not the plan that David's trying to be on. David doesn't want to sit there and block every turn. He wants to swing in as well.
Not a big deal.
Yeah.
So,
it was just who got there first, and in this game it looked like Joe got there first.
well, I mean, double dragon fodder gets you there.
It does get
That
you
that
there.
was a really good draw for Joe.
Yeah, I should have made this
I feel like he probably kept a hand of 2 dragon fodders.
I mean, I would keep a hand with 2 Dragon Potters.
It's just too good. It's really good in this format. And
I mean, it's good at
Well, I
any
mean, that
sealed
means we kick
format.
off
yeah,
cast, but-
I mean one card that gives you 2 creatures.
No, wait, you'd be the only one
It's
who wins. You and I
solid.
would definitely be in it, and then
Like,
it'd be
I
Oscar
mean,
and CJ.
What other
I don't know if I like
2-drop
this idea.
token generators do we have in this format? We've got the
The one that makes bird and populates.
well,
Only?
that's a 4-drop.
You right now.
Oh, yeah.
There's a green white called the Conclave. I think it's called the Conclave that makes the 3/3 centaurs.
Yeah,
gonna play that.
but it's only 1 centaur.
It's 1 centaur. I mean, it's a bigger.
Just kidding.
If you think about it, it is bigger than the goblin tokens because it could chump a token and then chump
Yeah.
another token the next turn. But David's not on those colors, and I don't think
No, he's aiming to make some splicers.
he wants those splicers bad. Like that's where his deck is gonna shine.
Yeah, I'll keep mine. You didn't even look at yours.
No, I was waiting for you to decide.
So it looks like David is gonna keep his first hand.
So he's got 2
do you like
swamps
it?
and his
Actually
marsh
see it.
flats in hand.
Yeah, 2 swamps, marsh flats. Looks like
It's a
a
decent hand.
Vampire Nighthawk
vampire nighthawk, a Sphinx's Revelation,
and his Lawkeeper.
and the Lawkeeper. Lawkeepers might kind of
It might come in handy to tap down the bigger things. It can hit a goblin, but that's not really what
Can't
you want to hit.
actually see
I
that.
feel like maybe he want to tap down some of these goblins early game just because they are kind of more the threat.
Yeah. I mean, if you tap
It's
down
probably
one
better
goblin
just
and
to
then
microphone
chump
the
the
way we
other
had it
one,
anyway.
Yeah.
you're trading, and then they only have one on board. It's not the
That's right.
best
that's right.
play, but it's a play.
It's a decent play. So, I mean, that's all depending if Joe doesn't,
Why?
'Cause,
have the
these-
dragon fodder. It looks like Joe's going to
I
be
always have the
mulliganing,
tripods
so he's going to go down to 6.
Yeah.
Then we'll see what he does from there.
Probably mulligan because he doesn't have dragon fodders in hand.
Yeah, that seems to be a card that's
Well,
just
I wanna
his
get a
best
different
card right now. I mean, we saw the power of it when he was playing against the control deck with Oscar. He was just putting too much pressure on the board. Then we're seeing it now. It's just one of those cards that comes down and it's hard to deal with.
Yeah. Goblins can be tricky to
Yeah.
play against sometimes.
There's a decent amount of board wipes in this format, but
You have to have one.
All in all, there's more 1-for-1 removal, and 1-for-1 removal just doesn't stop the fodders.
Yeah.
That's one too many queens.
I can't see Joe's.
That's not good. Don't worry.
Wait, I can see it.
Looks like Joey might be keeping this 6.
I'll keep this.
He's gonna keep it.
So, did you introduction for game 2 when you did it previously? I think we just should just like go right into it and just like because we're gonna have Rob doing commentary anyway.
Yeah.
Rob will just talk over it and cut away and
I
argue.
think me and Robert both kind of
Okay, we good?
Let's do it.
All right.
Hey, look, they know we
Martial
are here talking about
Sacrifice.
them.
They know we're talking about them, and it looks like
Play Gideon's Lawmaker.
Yeah,
Joe put his scry to the bottom, I
he
believe.
did. And then
I'm just
David
playing it before.
He's
went
gonna-
right away and fetch for that
Fetch
planes
that
he didn't have in his
planes.
hand, so you could get the Lockkeeper out turn 1.
Yes. Joe's gonna play Mountain and Pass. I feel like that's
I feel like it's going to be turn 2 Dragon Fodder.
that might be a thing. It seems to be his plays so far. Let's see what David's got here. There we go. David's now got that blue source that we did not see in his opening hand.
Yeah, and with that Revelation in hand, it's going to be good later.
Yeah, it's gonna definitely help stabilize him.
Beautiful night.
And that's
That is
not
not
with
a
Dragon
dragon
Fodder. That is a 2/1 Knight with first strike.
Yeah,
So
Swamps.
Better than a Dragon Fodder right now.
yes.
Vampire Nighthawk.
Sure.
And Dave's gonna be playing that turn 3 Nighthawk, which is pretty good because he's not feeling too much pressure as he was last game.
It's not. He's not up against 4 goblins right now. The Nighthawk is good.
Boros Reckoner.
Oh,
Sure.
Pass the
that Boros Reckoner though. I mean, it's kind of frightening, but with the Lockkeeper out, he can tap it down.
Yeah, the Lockkeeper's going to help him with that.
Zori's
And then,
combat.
look,
Swing 2 in the air.
more blue mana.
There we go. I mean, that's what David needs.
It does have lifelink. Yep. I got him 21.
There it is. We got the lifelink getting in, so David goes up some. Joe had no choice but to take it because
Yep.
he didn't have flying, but now he does have flying.
Tap this down.
So he's gonna tap the Reckoner before combat.
4. I will
Joe's gonna swing it
go
for
to
4,
17.
Go ahead.
Untap.
and then it's gonna bring David to 17 because David did also crack that fetch line on turn
Did.
1. So
But now he can get back in with the Nighthawk if he wants.
exactly, but I feel like you kind of leave Nighthawk back to block a
I
little
think
bit
you
if you need to.
I mean, Nighthawk does
Play a
give
Wing
him
Splicer?
3 life.
There's a splicer,
It enters
so
the battlefield and it makes a 3/3 golem, and golem creatures I control have flying.
Well, that is a
That
better play.
is
So,
also really good.
Giving his
play
golem
there.
flying makes it so the Nighthawk can get in,
Sure.
and he can still hold the golem and block.
He can hold the golem up to block, and it also just outright kills
Yeah.
the Legionnaire unless Joe's got a Blood Rush in hand,
Mhm.
which is possible. He's
Like
playing a
Gilgate?
decent amount of it. There's a Gruul Gilgate on Joe. I don't think I've seen any other green mana besides the tricolor one from him.
Yeah, I don't think he's running a lot of green. It's just a splash, but a splash is always good.
Yeah, it's definitely a splash. And there he is tapping down the Reckoner again. So it looks like David's got a decent commanding position in this game coming into game 2.
Yeah, he's got the oppression he needs to build up his tokens.
Exactly. He's also he's not mana. He's got his colors.
Flying, huh?
The golem has flying. Yes.
He's got a
Alright,
3/3 flying golem.
Phase 2.
Okay.
And
Joe's
the one
just gonna
behind
go
you.
straight to main phase 2.
Doesn't even want to attack. He knows he's gonna.
We're gonna play Scorched.
He's gonna play the Scorched Spirit again,
Intangible Virtue.
and Intangible Virtue. So Intangible Virtue's not that good right now. He doesn't have the token generation like he
Yep.
had last game.
So can we edit out me having my line in my hand because it just seems bad.
So
Doesn't work like
I'm
that.
really kind of surprised that Joe hasn't
It does.
played a Dragon Fodder this game. I mean,
Yeah. It's always turn 1 dragon or turn 2 dragon
turn
fodder.
2 Dragon Fodder.
Turn
is-
3 dragon fodder.
Yeah, seems like pretty solid, but that's
Yes, I do have precedent.
that's pretty good. It's
It's a
good for
good
David
flash.
because it's giving him time
Um,
to build his board state out. Those Dragon Fodders are really what kind of pushed it over the top last game,
combat.
as well as not having the blue mana to cast anything.
Swing,
Yeah.
Uh,
And there he goes. He's swinging in with both flyers.
So that's 5 damage. You got a
alright,
2/3 Death Toucher and a 3/3. The Death Toucher also has lifelink, which is really good, and I think very relevant in this match.
Yeah, because basically Joe had to take the damage because he can't have his flyer die.
Exactly. Joe needs to as well. be aggressive. And there's that Sand Collector again coming down.
This is your sorcery.
So he's going
Can I see
to
them, please? Thank you.
look at
Let's see.
David's
Yours in one port.
Joe's
Joe's
hand.
hand.
He sees a Dynacharge
Yeah,
and
charge and High in the Skies.
hey, High in the Skies. High in the Skies is the one that gives him the
The bird and
token
then,
and then populate.
yeah, so you can get 2 birds, but Dynacharge is definitely
He's
the
gonna
choice to throw
exile
out.
that Dynacharge though. That is the best part.
Yeah.
As we saw with
Pass the
Oscar's
turn.
game, that Dynacharge is ridiculously good.
Alright, man.
He doesn't have any other tokens right now.
You don't know that.
It makes two 2/2 flyers. It's not a huge deal.
Yeah, but doesn't it populate also?
Yeah.
It makes a token and it makes a token and then populates itself.
It seems like they're having a conversation about what
No,
the
it makes right now all he can
the
make
card
is
does
two
gives
2/2s
him-
with it.
Yeah, they're trying to decide if it was the best choice. We know it's the best choice, but it's always fun to talk
I'm not
about.
super worried.
yes.
Alright,
Decisions.
You're at 21, huh?
I'm at 21. Yes.
I will go to combat.
Yep.
So it looks like
Before combat. Sorry.
No, we already moved
Tap.
to combat.
Tap.
We already moved to
Get
combat.
out of here. Stop it. Tapping it down.
so there. David's just gonna keep tapping down that Raporos Reckoner, which I mean, it's the best thing to do.
Is that 5?
Please don't edit that out.
Is that 5?
Yeah, yes.
Joe's gonna swing
I
in
would
for
take 5.
5.
Dave's gonna
respond
Say he's
for
taking
David.
it, and then Joe's gonna
I'm conflicted. It's your
I have
position.
nothing.
not
Joe's
do
got
anything.
Joe's got nothing.
He's
so
gonna pause for response and then have no responses.
He's gonna go to main phase 2.
Birds.
And make
and he's gonna
birds.
make 2 flying
Birds the
birds.
word.
There are actually 2 2s with that intangible virtues with
Go ahead.
vigilance.
Yeah.
I mean that's good.
I wouldn't
It's
say
still
that.
the 2 2 still do not get around the 2 3 and the 3 3 flyers that David has, but it's still enough to kind of slow down David a little bit now.
Yeah, it'll cause
Cool person.
blocks to happen, or he can hold them back for more
Come
damage
back.
later.
Exactly.
Continue to just swing 5 at you.
We're gonna go ahead and double block the Nighthawk.
Double block the Nighthawk. I'll deal damage and damage.
Huh?
I'll deal 1 damage and damage to each.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Yep. Trade. I
they're
get
gonna
it.
trade now.
And Joe takes
Wait,
the
1
3.
damage to one of them?
No,
That
1 damage to
doesn't matter.
1.
They're both dead. Death
It's
touch.
death touch. Yeah.
There we go. So there's a little
And then so you
little dispute there. They kind of forgot that Nighthawk does have Death Touch, which I think some players do tend to forget.
Yeah, it does have Flying Lifelink and Death Touch, which makes it a good card to draft.
8.
I mean,
17.
it's putting you definitely in black with that double black and one generic mana cost.
It is not a spell you can splash, but if you can get enough of them, it will help you dramatically because anything that gives you life and has pseudo removal with it having Death Touch
Exactly.
is great.
Just the fact that it's a stable blocker as well as a good offensive card and defensive card makes it pretty solid.
Master?
Sure.
There's that
So
Hookmaster.
here's a Hookmaster. I wonder Hookmaster's gonna be tapping down.
Probably going to tap down the Lawkeeper.
I feel like that's the best play, but in response, David can tap the Reckoner.
Yeah, but then it won't tap on David's turn.
Correct.
The Golem.
The golem doesn't
Oh,
attack. Sure.
Joe's gonna go for the Golem, which
Makes sense. It is damage.
it's a 3/3 flyer, and Joe has no way to get around the 3/3 flyer right
How
now.
much is it? 8 total. 8 total.
Let me figure out how this is gonna work.
So it looks like they're still trying to figure out what they're doing, or Joe's trying to figure out his attacks.
So it looked like David did not tap down with the Lawkeeper.
No, David decided to leave the Reckoner untapped,
Okay.
and he's just gonna take the
End
damage.
your turn.
And when David's gonna
Sphinx's Revelation. for
Sphinx
4.
Revelation for 4, gaining 4 life, drawing 4
Gain
cards.
life, and draw 4
We
cards.
saw how good that card was on David's
Remember
first
when I posted
round.
that card?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was nice.
It's
it was.
just able to
Yep.
get you there. You know, get you cards, get you life.
Draw for turn.
If I had the chance to draft that card, I would every
Yeah.
time.
But from their conversation, Joe opened the card and then passed it to David because of the way packs were going and that they sat next to each other.
Tap 3.
Yeah.
So nobody else got the chance to see it. And there's another
Three,
splicer.
And my splicers, or my golems, have first strike now.
So we got a Blade Splicer, which is gonna give
Um,
all of his golems first strike, and it comes in with the golem.
What do you got?
And then the other splicer's giving him flying, so he has three
I'm at
threes
14.
with
First strike
flying and
flyers.
first strike.
Yeah.
I don't see a way that Joe's going to be able to get around this unless he gets all his flyers out.
Well, Joe also does have the single copy of Bonfire of the Dam in his deck.
He does.
I mean, he can Bonfire for 3. That's the only thing I can see that Joe can do here. is Bonfire for 3, which will actually wipe David's board
Yeah.
and deal 3 damage to David. But in the I mean, it all depends. That's on the situation that it's like you have to top deck it.
Because Joe is also only sitting on 4 mana,
Yeah.
and David over here has 8.
Yeah, David has not missed a land drop this entire game. So, but Joe's deck also doesn't need as we saw from him and Oscar's game. Joe doesn't need a lot of mana to get there.
No, he doesn't.
So it's a very fast deck, and it's gonna apply the pressure.
You are at 7, I believe. Yeah. 7, right?
Yeah, he's at 7. You're at 4.
Okay.
So it looks like they're trying to figure out life totals again.
How about?
And David's going to tap down
now-
that Reckoner again.
He's gonna tap down the Reckoner,
Yeah.
which is probably the best play there. I mean, you don't want to block that Reckoner, ever.
At all.
No, it's just not. It's never a profitable block to get the Reckoner. So the Lawkeeper is really putting in his work right now.
Yeah,
Kinda-
he's doing what he's supposed to do.
Exactly. And here comes Joe swinging for 4 damage, 2 in the air and 2 on the ground.
Yep.
David is going to play.
The Blade Splicer?
He's going to flicker the Splicer.
Okay, so he's going to create another Splicer.
Leave.
Or Golem, not Splicer.
Yeah, he's going to create another Golem off the Splicer re-entry, and then he's going to probably chump block.
It's not even chumping.
He's just going to profit block at this
Yeah.
point. He's going to just block both and kill both. So,
Make another 3/3. I will block one of each. They are 3/3s with flying and first strike.
yes. So, with those Splicers, let's see what Joe's got here. Joe definitely has the ability to Blood Rush things and kind of still keep that damage going.
Let's see.
So he's going to tap 2.
Boros Charmed.
Did David just say Boros Charm?
David just said Boros Charm.
That was
But
not
we
in there.
Did get the Blood Rush?
He did get the Blood Rush. He's Blood Rushing the first striker, and he's
This-
Blood
this one still
Rushing.
just dies because I
Wow.
first strike.
Yes.
No, but you don't ever. Oh yeah, so they'll trade. Yeah, my bad.
Wow, he just Blood Rushed both. So
You will trample over.
the
for-
Sky Knight now has +4/+4 in trample, and it's just gonna kill the flyer, the golem that's blocking, and then the knight and the golem are just gonna trade.
And I'll pass.
So Joe is gonna manage to get 4 damage in there.
Yeah. Which is good. It helps him out a bit, but I don't know if he's going to be able to come back completely. David is quite far ahead.
David's far ahead on mana. I feel like with resources wise, they're both pretty in the same boat.
But Joe is also down to 7 life.
True.
And
Joe-
David still has quite a bit.
Yes. David has kind of went on the aggressive path for this game. David's going to play an Augur Bolas.
Instant or sorcery and put it into my hand.
He's going to look at the top 3 cards, grab an instant or sorcery like he just said. I don't know why I'm repeating him.
Reveal Lingering Souls.
That is Lingering Souls. That will get him some Spirit Tokens, help his board get even bigger. And
Yeah. That's 2 more flyers in the air. He can cast it and then recast them from the graveyard and get 4 flyers off that.
Yeah.
So that's definitely...
And right now he's counting up damage to see if he needs to do that.
I think I would do it just because I'm greedy and I go for those kind of plays.
Grizzly Salvage that one.
What does it do?
There's a Grizzly
Physical,
Salvage.
It's deal, destroy it, and you mill equal to its.
So he's going to kill the Hookmaster.
He's going to kill the Hookmaster and he's going to mill cards equal to the Hookmaster's toughness.
And then he looks like he's going to tap down the other creature. And
Yeah.
Then we go to combat.
he should be able to get him for game with
It's
that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And that is going to be game. So David ended up getting there on that second game. It just looked really well for David. He had all the answers he needed,
And he had all his colors.
and he had his colors this time around, so that's always good. Joe, unfortunately, I feel like just the fact that he didn't have the Dragon
He needs the
Fodders,
Dragon Fodders to do what he needs to do.
and I feel like we're over talking how good this Explosive that card is. But in a limited format where one for one removal is so prevalent as it is now in this format, like we have Agony Warp, Grizzly Spectacle as you saw there. In the previous game, there's Terminate.
There's Terminate. There's
There's Path to Exile, Magma Jet. There's a couple of different really good burn spell removal,
Yeah.
but it's all 1-for-1. So there's nothing like Honing Lightning
Good
from
job,
like
Collin.
Dragon's Mage, where it is dealing 4 damage to one creature, and each creature that shares a name with it, it's dealing just damage to that creature. So with the Dragon Fodders, he's effectively able to say, nah, you can kill my one dude, but I still got this other dude.
Yeah. It's just gonna take David quite a bit to get back if Joe starts with Dragon Fodders this time. But we have to watch and see what happens. They are
Exactly.
doing sideboards right now, so
Yeah.
let's see what changes they make and if we see those changes. Because while you make changes when you side, sometimes it doesn't even matter.
Sideboarding in a draft environment is a little weird because you're only usually bringing in a one of.
Yeah, it's a 1 of, maybe a 2 of if you got forced to pull another one.
Exactly.
But you build your deck while you're drafting it, and you know what cards you want. So when you decide, you know what you have to take out and what you want to put in. The big problem is it's probably gonna be a 1 of, so there's much less chance that you'll see it.
Yeah. The chances of seeing some of the sideboard cards are really low. I also don't think they have that many cards in their sideboards to maybe be that relevant in these matchups.
Yeah, I don't really know what cards would be relevant right now.
I mean, I feel like Joe.
I mean, for Joe, if
Joe
he
had
sided in
direct-
more Dragon Fodders, he probably would have.
He's
put him in his
probably
deck to begin
mainboarding
with.
all of them.
Nah, main board 3, side in 3 more, right?
I mean, if you drafted 6, I guess.
Or just play 6 Dragon Fodders if you draft 6. That's my advice to you.
If you draft 6 Dragon Fodders, mainboard all 6 of them every day.
Then you're starting with 1, if not 2 or 3 in hand.
Yeah.
And if you end up with 3 in hand, you'll probably play the 3rd one, and your opponent will look at you, pick up their deck, and walk away.
Exactly. So right now, our players are talking about the box we drafted was actually David's box, as you guys know, and in that box, they pulled a foil Goyf.
Yeah, it was pack 1, pick like 7 or 8.
It circled the table.
Yeah,
No
made
one
it-
wanted to pick it.
Okay, so it made it all the way around, and then it went to Joe. So
And then-
Joe was... CJ opened it. Joe was 2 spots from CJ, so it was pick 10.
It was pick 10, pack 1, pick 10, a foil Goyf. In normal drafts, you open that foil Goyf and you drop. You take all your packs and walk off the table. But
Well, no. If it's just a foil Goyf in the pack, you just take it, sleeve it, and don't play it. Because Goyf is not good in draft.
I mean, we have fetch lands in this format, so it could be okay.
It could be okay. You could get value with your fetches, but then you have to open fetches and a Goyf.
I mean, you could have god packs.
You could have God packs. If you pull these God packs, you should just send me the cards.
That's what I'm saying.
Or Rob. Rob wants them too.
Yeah, cause I want that foil Goyf because I so play
It was a
modern.
really hard cut
Nah,
for me.
not even a foil
Sorry,
Goyf.
cut.
I'm down with any good foil card.
Yeah, I'm down with any good foil card. I'm also down for fetch lands.
Yeah, fetch lands are good.
Yeah, I need some fetches for Commander.
Yeah, sure.
Hey,
Even
me
though
too.
I really hate running fetch lands in Commander, I still want to run. I still want them.
Yeah, I gotta get my fetches and my shocks.
Yeah, I've got most of my shocks.
Well, I need foily shocks, and those are more
Yeah.
expensive.
Want it, right?
I mean, go for those expeditions.
Yeah, those are fun.
Probably.
That expedition Steam vents.
Yeah,
Come on, you know you want it.
I do, but I'm not gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy the cheapest Steam vents I can. That's foil.
No, you gotta go Dissension Steam vents. That's gotta be like $100 foil.
Send in the
right there.
deck, so if
I
anybody
If
think
not
so.
over.
in my hand, I could be like, look at this card I can't play, but it's
I know at the Ding and Dent sale, the foil
Breeding
hollowed
pool.
fountain was like $100.
And Breeding Pool was $100.
Yeah.
Game 3.
And those were from Dissension.
Yeah, those
the
Dissension
original
ones are
Ravnica
so much
block.
more expensive.
same.
Cause they're so much nicer. Like I got my Dissension Hollow Fountain. I like
I see
it.
what
It
you
just
did
looks so
there.
beautiful.
I just gotta do that Russian foil stomping ground from Dissension. You see David's hand now.
David's
He's
looking at his
got-
hand. He looks like he's got all 3 colors, and
Good.
they're gonna keep. They're both keeping at 7, which is really good.
What turn 1 plays?
Hey, look at
We
this.
got
He's bringing the law this time.
He's got that Law Keeper turn 1 this time again.
Yeah, seems good.
What's that?
Yep.
It's that Dragon
Oh, look.
Fodder. There it.
Good.
What a shocker! It's just too good.
It's too good if you have it. You keep the hand. If you don't, you
You
might go
mulligan
to 6
You mulligan to 6 to get it.
to try to get it. If you get it with 6, you're good. If you have other things, you keep.
Combat.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, the tap down.
Tap down the goblin to swing in to take one off another goblin.
Yep.
And is that another dragon fodder?
Jesus.
So
I feel like we've seen this multiple times from Joe so
well,
far
no.
this
See,
draft.
the last game he played a dragon fodder turn 2, then he played a dragon fodder, then he played the sack outlet. This time, he did a dragon fodder turn 2, then he played the sack outlet, then he played the second dragon fodder.
Oh, so he changed it up a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little, just to confuse us a
And
little.
David also did get his turn 3 Nighthawk again, which is great for him.
Yes, the Nighthawk is gonna kind of come in here and start chump blocking some of these goblin tokens. So it's kind of good that David got it when he did.
David's going to throw that in front of one of the goblins.
Dino charge.
And Dino Charge right
Wow,
away.
overloaded Dyna Charge. Wow.
Take 3, 6, 9, 12. So I will go to.
David's gonna take 12
So I'll take 10
damage,
total, so I
and then
will
he's
be at
gonna
19. Or
gain
I'll be
2
at
life.
10.
So he's gonna lose basically 10 and go to
No,
10.
9. I'll be at 9.
Yeah.
9.
He's at
My
9
bad.
life.
I don't know how to do math, guys. That's
Yeah.
why I don't go
Well-
to college.
That's also turn 4. Joe just swung in for all the damage.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't see
Turn-
many ways to get back from that with the board state Joe has.
It's gonna be pretty hard. Those Dyna Charge and
Double.
Those are legal targets.
double Dragon
Dragon
Fodder
Fodder.
seems really good. That Sin Collector hit nothing. He
no,
saw a
but-
Plains and
Nighthawk looked better.
a Mog Flunkies off the Sin Collector. So that's kind of not
what he wanted.
No, David wants to hit a Dragon Fodder
Or if there was another
or
Dino Charge.
another Dying Charge or something.
So here Joe is swinging for damage. We're going to get the double block that we expect.
We're gonna have the trade with the Spirit,
No, he's going to sack
That's
this.
fine.
Oh.
and then
I'll take
the
2.
trade with
and
the
go to
Goblin
7.
token and the Sin Collector, leaving 2 goblins left.
Yeah.
Joe's gonna
Yep.
play the Flunkies.
Yeah,
then
And the
he's gonna
Youthful Knight that he
play
drew into.
the 2/1 Knight first strike. So it looks like Joe he's just establishing his board presence, and he's gonna start hitting us for some more damage there. That's 7 damage on board right now. So that's gonna, if it all sticks, it's
Filter, make a
probably gonna bring
Wing splice.
David down to about 1 or 2.
It would actually 7 would bring him to 0
Oh yeah, that's
'Cause
right.
he was
he's
at 9 and Joe got him for 2 last turn.
Yeah,
Which
so
means he's at 7.
he's
But
at
he got the
7.
Wing Splicer, so
got
you get
the-
the Golem.
He Wing Splicer the Golem, so now his Golem's got flying, so he's got a little bit more protection there.
Combat.
Joe's
Question
just
is,
going to go in for it.
question is, does he trade?
No, he goes for the profitable
4.
blocks.
He's going for the blocks to go to 3.
I just-
Okay.
Yeah, he wanted to save the Golem. I was surprised he didn't block the Flunkies to save off some damage, but it was probably a better play to leave it out because he can block it next turn.
Exactly. It looks like David's just in a really bad spot right now. I mean, I saw that he does have that Sphinx's Revelation in hand, but he doesn't have any blue mana to cast it.
And then he just Grizzly Spectacled that, so Joe's going to mill Plains.
A Ghoul Crime Rampager and the cat.
Pass.
I call it the cat because I don't know its name.
And then that
Wow, that is a Bonfire of the Damned, miracled off the top for 4 damage.
that is game.
That's gonna do it. That's gonna. Wow.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a way to come back and
Now I'd like to say David probably should have blocked that Mog Flunkies.
David should have blocked. If David didn't block the Mog Flunkies, he definitely would have lived.
Cool.
Yeah.
I got a
And also
bonfire
he
now.
wouldn't have drew into that. He would have drawn into a Plains.
Damn,
Yes, exactly.
that was brutal.
Wow, that was.
Because he did Grizzly salvage that.
No.
Yeah, Grizzly Spectacle got him
Yeah,
into the
Spectacle.
draw.
Those are good
So now we know David just
All right, well, thank you guys.
Misplayed.
Misplayed
Killed the
just a
wrong
little bit.
things.
he killed something that shouldn't have died that way, and
Friends.
then he killed something else and made some mill happen, and that mill put a
Got it.
miracle on top.
Just kidding.
And then Joe pulled off a miracle.
You guys heard it here first.
And there's that foil goif we've been talking
All
about.
right, I'm gonna sell this and buy a bunch of cool stuff.
All right, guys.
All right, everybody.
Thanks for watching. Follow us on
My prize
Twitter at Turn One Soul Ring. Follow us on. Go look for our Facebook
Under
We
the
can-
same name.
under the same name, same spelling. As well as you can just let us know what you think. Like, subscribe.
Tell us what
Comment.
you want to see us play.
Yes, please.
Games, decks, whatever.
Yeah, we want some input from you guys. We're finally getting up there in subscribers, so we definitely want you guys to be more a part of our channel. So thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and have a good day.